now we have this. A top Trump terror official has been exposed on a sugar daddy website.
So Harry J. Sisson just exposed a massive security breach in Trump's DHS and connected it to foreign influence operations targeting MAGA supporters through AI scams. This reveals how personal vulnerabilities create national security risks and how easily conservative audiences get exploited. Let's break this down.
But in this instance, I take particular issue because, number one, as I said, the Trump regime advocates for, certain marriage or certain families to look a certain way, and then they do stuff like this. But also, number two, somebody who works in the Department of Homeland Security and in the terror field in the federal government could easily be compromised by a foreign agent with money, and they wouldn't even realize it's happening, and that could possibly be a reality here.
This hits every red flag in FBI counterintelligence protocols. Financial vulnerabilities are textbook recruitment vectors. Chinese MSS and Russian SVR specifically target federal employees with undisclosed debts or expensive lifestyles. A DHS counterterrorism official with secret financial arrangements is a walking security breach waiting to happen.
A Department of Homeland Security Secretary Deputy Assistant for Counterterrorism has been accused of picking up men on a sugar daddy website. Julia Varvaro, 29, allegedly had a profile on Seeking.com, a site that is often used by young attractive singles looking for older, wealthier partners to help fund their luxury lifestyles.
Deputy assistants in DHS counterterrorism hold TS/SCI clearances with access to classified threat assessments and ongoing operations. They're required to report all financial relationships and foreign contacts. This sugar daddy arrangement should have triggered immediate security reviews and likely clearance suspension pending investigation.
The two met on a different dating app, Hinge, and he spent $40,000 on her over the course of 3 months, including first-class trips to Aruba and Italy. The relationship ended after he refused to spend even more on her, according to text messages he shared with the Daily Mail.
$40,000 in 3 months is exactly the kind of undisclosed income that requires SF-86 reporting. Failure to disclose can mean felony charges and automatic clearance revocation. This exposes how Trump's transition team completely failed basic security vetting protocols that previous administrations treated as non-negotiable.
A former CIA officer told the Daily Mail that if true, allegations of this relationship and unreported income are serious issues for DHS security personnel that needs to be resolved. Yeah, absolutely.
Former CIA is understating this. Iran's MOIS and China's MSS run systematic programs targeting financially vulnerable federal employees. They use dating apps, sugar daddy sites, and social media to identify marks. Once someone's compromised through unreported income or relationships, they're owned.
And it speaks to the MAGA universe, the grifting of the MAGA base. We learned from Wired that they spoke to a med student in India who made thousands of dollars by duping MAGA fans by creating a blonde AI influencer named Emily Hart. And this account racked up hundreds of millions of views, millions of followers from these MAGA men who've been duped by a fake AI blonde girl who they put a MAGA hat on.
This AI blonde scam is a blueprint for foreign influence operations. If a medical student in India can manipulate millions of MAGA supporters this easily, imagine what state-sponsored operations from Beijing or Moscow could accomplish with similar tactics but actual intelligence objectives.
And the chatbot selected one in particular, the MAGA conservative niche, referring to it as a cheat code. Plus, it said the conservative audience, especially older men in the United States, often has higher disposable income and is more loyal.
The characteristics that made conservatives easy marks for this scam, higher disposable income, loyalty, emotional engagement, are identical to what foreign intelligence services look for in influence operations. Russian troll farms use these exact psychological profiles during 2016 and 2020 election interference.
Every reel I posted was getting 3 million views, 5 million views, 10 million. The algorithm loved it. Emily Hart had more than 10,000 Instagram followers, many of whom also subscribed to her softcore AI-generated content on OnlyFans, or I should say the OnlyFans competitor, FanView. And between the subscriptions and selling MAGA-themed shirts, Sam estimates he was making a few $1,000s a month.
10 million views per post means this operation reached more Americans than most legitimate news sources. Foreign adversaries are absolutely studying this playbook. The scale proves how algorithmic amplification can turn a single fake persona into a mass influence weapon targeting specific political demographics.
And it's so frustrating for me because, and I think for you too, because we always have these MAGA people preaching about religion and, family and all this stuff. And then the MAGA men are getting grifted into giving an AI generated model thousands of dollars per month. That's what's taking place in MAGA. The same people who will tell you that being LGBTQ plus is a sin, the same people are also on these websites, going on these dates and getting, their vacations and stuff paid for. It is insane what's taking place. It is crazy.
This hypocrisy creates perfect blackmail material. Foreign intelligence services maintain detailed files on American officials' private contradictions. The moment someone like Vervaro gets approached by a foreign operative, they're already compromised because exposure would destroy their career and reputation.
But when it's coming from these people who pretend to be the moral arbiters of truth, they know what's right and anything else is wrong. When it's coming from people who work in the government, then I have a big problem. Then I have a major problem.
Exactly right. Private citizens can live however they want, but government officials with security clearances operate under different rules. Trump's team put someone with obvious financial vulnerabilities and undisclosed relationships into a counterterrorism position. That's not politics, that's national security malpractice.